kicker has taken the lead, and the Bengals are now up on the road in Kansas City, 24-21.
24-21. There you go.
They came all the way down from 21-3.
Okay, 8:44. Good morning. Mayor Jesse Alig joins us in the KUAM News Link Zoom room. Good morning, Mayor.
Off a day. Good morning.
Off a day, off a day.
I know Bree's excited for this interview.
Whatever. It's good to see you, Mayor.
Gosh, we had good interviews for the last, month.
Wow.
Yeah, there was actually an update over the
Always a
last
good
month,
interview.
Bree. I wish you were there for it, but you got your COVID differential pay now?
Correct.
Not
Yeah.
all of it, though, right?
No, I think we're caught up now as of last week.
You're not 4 pay periods behind?
No. Next week we will be. Yeah, I think we're caught up now. As far as I was told. At least if my staff got it, then everyone else got it. So.
And that was through what? Electronic transfer?
Yeah, correct. Yeah, that's how we do it these days.
Do you know what the pay period was, though?
I'm sorry, the what?
What pay period it was for?
You know what? I'm not positive. Well, it'll be through January, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I can get that and let you know.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry about that.
How has your office been affected by, or has it been affected by close contacts, positive cases, and just as a whole, the Mayor's Council of Guam, the individual villages, how are they being hit by this surge?
Well, yeah, that's kind of the, thank God for Dr. Wen, honestly, because I heard you guys and I saw the flyer, and I when I shared that flyer. Of course, I was getting feedback after I shared the flyer because the flyer, I think the flyer came from you, Chris. I think you gave me that flyer. I don't know. I think it was you.
Yeah. Probably.
I don't believe it came down from public health. But when I saw that flyer and I thought, okay, well, let's share it. Of course, that the question came up with about having to isolate or quarantine if you are fully vaccinated, no booster, and a close contact. And so I know that was a big issue among some people, because of employment, and and so of course I went to the CDC guidelines and looked, and sure enough, that's the public health flyer says should quarantine. But it just, when you have the should and the must in the same flyer, it almost kind of seems like you have to do it and it's a must. So that's what people were doing. Whereas the CDC guidelines are saying otherwise. Right? So you could actually go to work. So what were the mayors doing? Everyone had a different scenario because it was just complex, right? How many people were positive in the office, or if they were close contacts. Some of them actually lived together, so that it was difficult. We try not to close the mayor's offices, especially if we can at least have one person in the office, then that helps out. We did have some issues in other offices, but I think for the most part they were resolved. There were no big issues, right? Of course, we're kind of expecting that everyone's going to have COVID, right, at this point. And then we just kind of have to deal with it the best way possible, keeping in mind that whatever we do, whatever happens, we're still here in service of the people. Mm-hmm. So, and we're almost all vaccinated in the Mayor's Council. So I think there's just a couple that are not, and that's so that's a good thing. But yeah, we're all kind of like, we're all in the same boat as everyone else in the Mayor's Council. So we're either close contacts or there's positives, and we try and handle it as best as we can. We try not to close the offices as much as in the very beginning when that happened, right? It was immediately to close the office. But if it's not necessary, that we don't. And the other thing that most offices have is a service window. So we don't actually have residents come into the offices any longer. and so that helps us out a lot.
I know I was off island for a bit, and for what I understand, you guys may have gotten some ARPA money, or no?
Yeah.
No? You guys actually got it?
We got some of it.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to receive the 8 million. That's the first half, and so I think now we currently have about 1 million, and that 1 million is to pay for certain villages who have utility bill issues, also some of the maintenance that we're going to need for the senior centers. So that's that's gonna, we're going to make sure that we have that procured before we open the center. So that's what that's for. That's for personnel and for maintenance on the senior center operations side.
So when you get
And
the
also,
rest?
I'm sorry.
When you getting the rest?
When are we? I'm sorry.
Getting the rest? You said you're supposed to
Oh,
get
the
8. You
rest.
got 1.
Well, I don't know. I don't know when we're going to get the rest. So what we're going to do is we're working with DPW on the specs for the heavy equipment, and so they're going to do the procurement. We're not going to receive the actual cash for that. DPW will get the cash for it, and but we'll get the heavy equipment, and that heavy equipment is for the 3 regions, the north, central, and south. And that will also include the hiring of heavy equipment operators. So we're going to have heavy equipment operators for each of the pieces of equipment, so that there's ownership, and that they maintain and service those pieces of equipment, and it's not different operators as it moves along through the villages. And so that'll be monitored by our admin office. So that's one part of the 8 million. The other part is the vehicles for each of the villages, and so we're working on that now to get. It would be either one 4x4 vehicle or 4x4 truck per village. We're looking at other options because some villages don't need a 4x4, and they would need 2 instead of 1 vehicle. They would prefer. So most of us have an old fleet of vehicles, and our typical budgets, our annual budgets are insufficient to purchase actual new vehicles. So we have to buy the used cars at GSA, which run us a couple $1,000s, and because they're only that much, they're going to break down, and that's kind of what most of us have. So using this money to purchase more vehicles for our maintenance work is probably going to be beneficial.
Who's doing the procurement for the vehicles?
We are our office, our admin office, and then the other part of that 8 million is, which is a large chunk, is the 2.5 million for maintenance and beautification. And so we've asked each office to submit a plan so that we're accountable for that 2.5 million, and we know how we're using that 2.5 million to make Guam cleaner and more pleasant for not only our residents but hopefully for our visitors soon enough. And so the projects range from better grass cutting in the villages to facility maintenance. There's some facility repair, bathroom repair, park restroom repair, some pavilion repair in the parks. All of that is going to be covered under that 2.5 million. And then
I saw that the Sinohanya Mayor's office got some money for the expansion of the outdoor senior center, right?
That's correct, yeah.
Right. What about other villages?
I'm not positive. That's completely out of ARPA. It's not part of the ARPA money, and it's not something that we did as a council. That was just Mayor Hoffman's initiative.
Any word on when senior centers might be opening, or we're going to wait till Omicron?
Yeah, we're going to wait. We're going to wait. We're going to wait because they really are our most vulnerable population, and as much as I was interested and I was excited to get them started because there's definitely a group that wants to start. I, I was just, I was afraid, quite honestly, to get them back because we don't have the means to take care of them should they get sick. We're not like the schools where they equip with nurses and other professionals. We have recreation leaders that staff our senior centers, and yeah, we're as much as we have mitigation plans prepared for each of the centers, and as much as they've been inspected by DEH, there's just I don't think we can be too prepared to get these Manamco back into the centers. And the other thing is, it's kind of a toss up as to how we're gonna, what's gonna work out better for us because the senior meals have been, that has been just an item of contention, simply because if we open those centers, the 1,000 plus, it's maybe 1,200 meals. I know it's at least 1,000 meals are gonna, those Manamco will not be getting their meals. They're gonna have to find other ways to get a meal delivered to their home, and that's one of the things that we were pushing out each time was every week we were telling the elders to call case management to see what you qualify for other home services, for other meal delivery services, so that once the center opens, you're still going to be receiving a meal Monday through Friday, because there are other programs through the Division of Senior Citizens for the Manamco. And even now, quite honestly, I encourage our own people in PT and everywhere else, if you're not part of the senior center program, then this is the time to prepare yourselves to either visit the Division of Senior Citizens or give them a call and see if you qualify for another meal program. And if there are children out there who are listening who have parents receiving these meals Monday through Friday, and they don't regularly attend the senior center at the village, please, call the Division of Senior Citizens, speak to someone in case management, and see if you can apply for your parent for another meal program, so that once we do open, they can still receive a meal. Because again, once we open, you have to come to the center to have a meal. There's just no way around it.
Yeah.
And that's just, that's the federal guidelines from the grantor. So where opening is, we don't know yet. I mean, we were given we were told that this would be another week. And for me, the week was Saturday. But yet we still had, what was our percentage like yesterday? At least 30% positive again. And so, I mean, I don't know how soon we're going to see a good decrease or decline in positivity.
Yeah.
So,
I know we covered the ARP, right? Did you ever get the ESF money?
No. We had an orientation.
When was that?
So,
While I was away.
I wasn't able to make the orientation, but one of my coworkers made it there. So they're gonna, they talked to us about how we're going to, how we need to spend the money, the reporting requirements. We were supposed to submit first report January 20th.
January 20th? January 20th?
Mm-hmm.
It's January 31st.
Yeah. But, so of course the report is zero because we didn't receive the money. We couldn't do anything. But the challenge here, Bree, with that is, seeing the situation that we're in now, when we first developed those programs, we were kind of, we were at a point where the outlook was good, meaning thinking we could open up and we can have students come over and we can have all these activities for after school and the summer. I'm not sure how everyone's planning, but I think we need to be a little more creative in the way we use this money now, simply because we never know what's going to happen. I mean, if this is truly endemic, then we're certainly going to have to to do more than what we planned to do, in as far as being safe and being innovative in the way we execute these programs.
Okay,
But
so
yeah, no money yet. No money
okay,
yet.
so to recap, you guys got COVID differential pay, ESF funding at nothing, ARP money. You got $1 million, $8 million, some way, sometime is going to be making its way to mayors. The MCOG trying best not to have to close mayor's offices, and senior senators. Still no word on when they're going to be open. What about discussions? Wanted to follow up on technology upgrades for mayor's offices. Aren't you guys supposed to be getting like computers and things like that?
Yeah, we are. We're supposed to get computers, software for management, right, for our verifications. Hopefully we don't get it when it's at GSA.
So Tadza?
Yeah, no thoughts. Maybe we might get it when it's I don't know.
So let me just rephrase my line of questioning then, I guess. What have you guys received in federal assistance and help?
1 million, 1 million and COVID pay. Okay. So the COVID pay, that's all federal assistance. The 1 million for the maintenance workers for the SCO and utility bills. That's what we received so far. Everything is supposed to be ready to go. I know that they're controlling the mayor's council simply because there's strict reporting requirements. But, sometimes you just kind of have to roll with the punches. And I think I am used to it at this point where, hey, I mean, if it's coming to us, it's going to come. We made it this far through the pandemic. We had fiscal 21 with a shortfall. We ended fiscal 21 with a shortfall. We're still standing. We're still here. We sucked it up. There are so many things that we had to pay out of pocket, which is fine. We're here. 22 came, fiscal 22 came. We got a little more money. Some of us got a little more money. Some of us got a little less money based on, how we agreed to divvy out our money for the 19 villages. But nevertheless, we're still here. Could we get more? Yeah. Is the outlook bright for us? I think it is. I really do. I just feel that we just need to, once we get that money, things will get better. But the problem that we're going to have, Bree, is that once we get all this money, or the question is, who's going to do it, right? What contractor is going to do it? No contractor wants a $20,000 job. I mean, look at our roads. They're not going to get paved because not Black Construction, but Hawaiian Rock is the only contractor, the vendor that provides that material, and they're all over the military, right? Because there's billions of dollars there. So when the mayors get their money, we'll only get tens of thousands. And I say it like that because what contractor is gonna entertain us? I mean, we're seeing it now because we have. Some of us were awarded grants from GIDA that were $25,000 and below, and nobody wants a small project, right? So that's my concern is once we get all the money, who's going to do this? Who's going to do the work? I'm hoping that by then, there'll be enough contractors, enough workers out there to answer our requests for price quotation.
All right,
Mayor, what was the holdup with the ESF though? Because I was looking at the governor's website, governor.guam.gov, and this press release, $36.9 million awarded for youth and education programs, August 9 of last year.
I don't know. I really don't know what the holdup is. We had the, there's always some guidance. that's going to be used for us. So, like I said, we just roll with the punches because what can I do? I don't have the money. If I had the money, I'd give it away, but I don't. And there's just absolutely no, I don't have any authority unless it gets to us, until it gets. So at this point, we're all just kind of waiting. And I say we're prepared because all our staff attended an orientation for the ESF. And for us, there are some villages getting well over $100,000. And that's a big chunk of change for a lot of the villages.
Yeah.
Seeing that our annual budgets are well below 100,000.
I mean, there's a lot of awards here. There's academic activities to include 1.2 million to GCC. They've got the sports activities, right, which is they've got 230 grand to Guam League basketball, about 40 to Guam rugby. Then there's a development and enhancement of learning resources to include 2.3 million to PBS Guam and 635,000 to NIHI, Duk Duk Goose, as well as 579,000. These are big awards, Mayor.
Oh yeah, and you know what? We know that a lot of them have already received it.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, because we hear about it, and then we know already that there's a basketball group that received it, and I know it because they're calling me, and if they're ready to go, good on them, because I want to use our basketball court. Our basketball court is new, and so I think we're slated for April, and hey, that's great. But if they got their money, then why are we still waiting? So yeah, I can't tell you why and how. I can only tell you when we get it.
Wow. Okay. I guess we'll ask around.
Yeah, ask around. Let me know. It always starts. The problems always start when you start asking around.
Oh God, I'm sorry.
The solutions come when you start asking.
And the problems too. Thank you, Mayor.
Yeah, we'll try and get him on the link.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll be listening.
Thank you.
Adios.
There you go. That's Mayor Jesse Alig. We're coming back with Dr. Ho and Wen just after a really quick break here on the link. Good morning.
Time for a quick pickup? Holiday Guam, our community partner APL invites the public to a donation drive to benefit Harvest House right here at home. Join us on Saturday, February 5th from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Cost You Less in Tamuning, where